Hey Pitchfork, I'm Anitta and this is On The Records. Welcome, beginning or beginner, and accepting. I started in the roots from Brazil, like in the favelas, and the kind of sound in the favelas were different than the sound that I had in this album. So I needed to accept some change to make it more fluid and like commercial to everyone. I was into this favela sound. I remember that it was very intense with me and with the producers to mix this favela flavor with the city commercial flavor. I decided to name the album Anitta because it was my first album. It was my presentation, introducing myself to the audience here. And here in Brazil, the pop music, it was kind of hidden. It was kind of stopped for a while. It was just a wish for me to introduce myself, my name, and my image to the audience. And these times, I wasn't the artist that I am today. Nowadays, I like to be involved in everything. I like to decide every single thing there is in the album, every single song, every single picture. Back in that time, I was not so worried about these kind of things, you know. I was more into the music and into getting my favela culture out of the favela. Song number 1, which is called Show das Poderosas, which means The Powerful Girls Show.
Prepara que agora é a hora do show das poderosas que descem e rebolam, afrontam as fogosas.
It was a very perfect mix of funk, favela, commercial radio sound. It brought a very strong message of powerful women and feminism. That's why I think this was the most important song of this album. And this song I wrote myself completely alone. I wanted to speak about powerful women. We have these kind of lyrics with Beyonce, for example, but here in Brazil, mostly of the people, they don't speak English. So it's really hard for the people here to connect with some lyrics in English because they actually don't understand as soon as they listen in the radio. When I wrote this song, because of this favela flavor, I remember that the team and the label and everybody were like super concerned about how this song was not done for all of the audiences. It was a very big discussion. And then I said, okay, if you guys don't believe in this song, I'm gonna do this song by myself alone with my money. And then 1 week after, all the radios were playing the song. All the fans were watching the music video. Like I got like millions and millions of followers. So that was very epic for my career. There was another moment in this album that I felt like this, which is the song Zen, which is more like a reggae. They were like, oh no, reggae doesn't play in at the radios for so long. And I was like, okay, but I need to show people that I also know how to sing. Not that I'm not singing in a dance music, but people have always this prejudice like, oh my God, if you dance, you're not intelligent. If you're sexual or sensual, you're not talented. So I wanted to break this. That's why I chose this other song. And that was a second moment like, yes, I was right. It was like the #1 song in Brazil for months and months. Live, obligation, don't. The third word. It was done on a live show. So it was a live album. Personally, if the artist like, that's fine. It's just my taste, my personal taste. I don't like. But I did because I was asked. I mean, in this time I was starting my career. I didn't have that much power of voice, you know? It's like after I became my own manager, I never ever did this again. I'm not saying I'm never gonna do it. I can. I'm just saying that I don't love it for now. I don't want to be like, oh, she doesn't like it. It's just because I prefer when it's on studio, and I prefer to keep the live show for the ones who are watching in that moment. watching the whole stuff and not only listening. The title was Meu Lugar, means my place, which is on stage. I was starting my career, a lot of things were happening. In that moment, I felt like the only place I felt completely safe and calm and free was the stage. So it was my favorite place to be. That's why I chose this name, My Place. For that moment, it made sense. So that's what I wanted to create, like it looks like a movie scenario, like a video game and kind of movie inspired on Tim Burton. I like that. So I like that. Change, break, sadness. I did 8 plastic surgeries in my face and my body was completely changed. And I loved that. I just know that I like to be honest. And when I did my plastic surgeries, I didn't want to be lying about this. So I just told everyone that I did. But all the TV shows and newspapers and sites and whatever, they started to say oh my God, she did plastic surgery. It was the end of the world or something super new. But actually, my country was the second country who was mostly doing plastic surgery in the world. So I don't know why they were so surprised. And I started to feel weird about it. I got to know how the press was in Brazil, or I don't know, Brazil around the world, I don't know. And also I chose the word break because I was in the middle of a break with my ex-manager. It was not a peaceful break. I was not happy at all. Now everything's fine. But in that moment, it wasn't. So it was a very confused moment for me in my life. I got into a huge depression and my mom considered to tell me hey, give up. That's fine. It was supposed to be happy doing this. You're not happy. Let's go. It's a wrap. Then I decided to take care of my own career and to be my own manager. I chose the title before I got sad. Which is Perfect Rhythm. After the first album, when we were working on the formula to mix both sounds, the favela and also the commercial city radio sound, we were already on the same point, me and the producers. So we found the perfect rhythm to fit on the favela at the same time of the radio and the city and the other places. So that's why I called Perfect Rhythm. So the three of me was basically the one I was before this whole mess, the one I was in that moment, kind of sad, introspective, and the one I wanted to be, kind of powerful and commanding my own life. The song is about a very good love, sexual, sensual love, and not the ones they wanted me to sing about, oh my God, I'm sad if you go, I'm gonna cry. It was not the kind of love I talk about. I talk about happy love. Restart, independence, overcome. So this album, I was taking care of every single thing in my career in this album. I was completely independent. It was me and my brother. My brother, he accepted to be my partner on this craziness, to be my own manager and artist at the same time. So this album was the beginning of this. And I decided to change everything, to change completely the way that people were seeing me and watching me, to really work as I always dreamed about. I was starting again. For me, when I started this album, I deleted completely everything that I've done before. I was only looking forward, I hired a creative director. His name is Giovanni Bianco. I told him I wanted people to really completely forget who I was in the beginning and just remember this Anitta from this moment. When he showed me reference, he put this bang. He said I think this is gonna be a shot in the face of everyone that is saying that you're gonna fail. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna do a song for this, Doll. And then I wrote the song Bang because of the reference that he put in the pictures for the album. I wanted to bring this fashion world to my work and also keep it commercial, keep it popular, keep it for all of the audiences. He did this mix of funny pop art with colors and also black and white and mixing both. The way he mixed all of these things and put it together for me was amazing. Necessary, surprise, accomplished. There was this time in Brazil that I was being my own manager, so being a girl, 24, 25, 26 years old, going to the meetings, trying to break this favela barrier and trying to bring the favela with me to the city. But I needed to show to these people who I was. So this album was not necessarily to be successful. I needed to have a material to show and to say, hi, this is what I do, this is who I am, this is what I can do. I can sing in English, I can sing in Spanish, I can sing in Portuguese, I can mix different rhythms, I can sing R&B or reggaeton or funk. The surprise was because even if I didn't have any support of anyone in this album, and even if my only goal with this album was to find a good team and to show who I was, I got nominated for the Latin Grammys as Best Album, and I was the only female nominated in this category. So for me, it was a very big surprise, not only for me, but for everyone. And accomplished was because I got the manager, which is the one I'm working right now, Brandon, which I love. I love my team right now. I have the peace and the freedom to be only the artist. You know, I can sleep, wake up, be the artist, be happy, and not being worried about what is coming next. What about the feat? What about the release date? What about the contract? What about the radios and marketing plan and budget and this and that? The name Kisses is because in the album I bring these 10 songs and each song is completely different from the other, and it's 10 different personalities that I have inside myself, and also 10 different lyrics, rhythms, and also music videos. I released all the music videos at the same time because for me the music videos help to tell the story, and I wanted to show the different Anittas that I had inside myself. The name Kisses was because the concept is almost the same. You have a lot of different types of kisses. So you have a love kiss, a friend kiss, family kiss, but it's still being a kiss. The cover brings me kissing myself, which means like a message of independence. Like, I don't need anyone else. I'm happy with myself. I love myself, and I don't need any other person to be complete. It also turns into a heart and two girls kissing, which is myself, but it's a kiss of two women, which represents that every type of love is important and it needs to be respected. So I brought to this album people that I really feel good with. Banana with Becky G. In this song we have a very strongly mix of English and Spanish, and Becky G, she does it very well. It's very similar to what I do, like mixing language. The other song I have Snoop Dogg, bringing him to a funk song, like a favela song, made people in Brazil be like, okay, we need to respect this rhythm right now because we have important people singing it. And Caetano Veloso, he's a very respected person from Brazil, so I wanted to have a person from my country. This for me is like a goal of a collab in my country. He's a very respected person for me. He's like my Tony Bennett. I love it. It's very special. Happiness, culture, satisfied. We're bringing a lot of Brazilian culture. We're mixing Latin with American with Brazilian culture, and I think the goal that I wanted to reach, and that's why I say satisfied, because the results are unbelievable. I'm so happy with all the songs and with the process and with the people involved. Like, it's 100% positive things to talk about it. I'm really happy. I like when the cover send message, you know? So when I'm working on the pictures for the album, I like to think about what I want to send to the people. And in this album specifically, I want to say, hey, I'm bringing Brazilian culture to the world. So that's what I want the cover to look like, you know, having Brazilian flavors, even if it's in the styling or my attitude. You know, I just want to break prejudice and bring my culture on it. I'm not even caring about numbers or results. I just want to put it out and be like, yeah, listening in my own parties and listening on Spotify. No, I'm excited for that. That's it, Pitchfork. Thanks for checking out my albums. Kisses.